Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? It's Gabby Trades and welcome back to the channel. Now, crypto markets are pulling back. We gave warning beginning of the week, you guys. Where were you? If you were here, that's very, very good for you. At the time, it looked a bit crazy, didn't it? It looked a bit crazy. I lost a fair bit of subscribers. I didn't know why, but then I figured out it's probably because of that. But we can see now how important it was to warn you guys. That's why please don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new here to make sure that we make up for all the people that got spooked from me. But I'm here to give you what I see, unlike a lot of other people who are just going to tell you stuff that make you happy just to keep you subscribed. Anyway, let's move on to the important things. So we have the stock market, specifically the S&P 500 and Dow Jones hit record high yesterday. It was very good. That pretty much means that many large companies are doing well. But at the same time, we had some economic data that was actually not on the red calendar, but it seems a little bit concerning because it is showing specifically that levels of home sales are coming down to what they used to be back in 2008, just before the financial crisis. So that's a red flag that we shouldn't ignore. Now, I'm specifically talking about the existing home sales that were nearing 15-year lows. Now, that's a big one, right? So we have basically fewer houses sold in June, close to the same levels, like we said, to 2008. Now, it is important, but it's not massively important. It's just like an indicator that, you know, homes are expensive and they're not selling. So it could be showing us that the economic is slowing down and we have probably a housing crack in the market. Now, another interesting thing is that in the housing market, we're in the midst of earnings season right now. And that's when companies are announcing how much money they're making for a period of time, for the last few months. Now, after the market closed, we had Tesla and Google, Alphabet, IBM, Chipotle. They were all reporting earnings, right? Some of them not good, some of them good. So of course, as usual, a mixed bag. But in general, if companies do well, it gives investors more confidence. And if they disappoint, it could cause the markets to fall. It's pretty much the same thing over and over again. So roller coasters with that as well. Tesla didn't do that good. I think, in fact, they were down 14%. Maybe we can check that together. But, you know, Google did well. So there you go. You have two very, very big and important companies, one doing not so great, another one doing quite well. All right, so moving to screen share here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I still have the news here for you. Okay, so we have crypto markets dipped, liquidating over 700 million from leveraged traders. 85.3% being longs. Well, this is what I was trying to prepare you guys from the beginning of the week. We saw the signals, and we took action, right? This is what's important. That's why we're here. We're doing the live streams together. Yeah, this is in regards to the existing home sales. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's really not looking that great. Fell 2.7%, seasonally adjusted annual rate of 3.93 million. So yeah, we're going to be monitoring that as well. So another important thing is obviously that US and Japan reached a trade deal. So that was you know, very, very good. I think it was like a 550 billion trade deal. Yes, over here that they signed with the US. So that's one of the biggest. Obviously, he always says everything is the biggest, everything is the greatest. So pretty great, and obviously that boosted the markets. But also another thing that boosted the markets yesterday was that Trump was shifting gears also with Europe. right after the Japan deal. Now markets got another boost because he's reporting that he might be negotiating a new deal with Europe as well. So he's now going on a roll pretty much. And then what happened immediately after that, we had the European currency rose immediately, super quickly. S&P 500 spiked even more, but then it was a little bit of a volatility because of following up statements that warning that the news that we should take the news with grain of salt. And that caused a little bit of dip. So I was trading the TradFi yesterday. It was very hard to trade, but I managed to get out of it quite all right. In terms of news for the rest of the week, we just have like PMI data coming up. I think here we can open that, actually, the forex calendar. Yeah, so we have flash PMI services and unemployment claims that are coming in today. So obviously the PMI is going to show us the economic activity in the manufacturing and services. Yes, important, but it's not that crazy. Now, the thing that was interesting is, let's look at the chart quickly. The thing that was interesting yesterday was that dollar was dropping, right? The Dixie was dropping, you guys, and then gold was dropping as well. Now, that's showing signs of weakness. Usually when you have these two assets dropping at the same time, it might mean that the investors are unsure. That's one thing that it might mean. Or another thing is that they're rotating into stocks instead, which might be the case because the S&P 500 did extremely well yesterday. Nasdaq is lagging a little bit, which was the case the other way around. So it's kind of very, very interesting. Let me know in the chat box. How are you guys doing? Did you manage to catch the shorts? Was our stream helpful? All our streams this week, in fact, because I've been trying to tell you this from the beginning of the week. Yes, made it on time. Yes, Gentine, I'm good. Thank you very much. I'm good and good. We're gonna start looking at the charts immediately. And again, you guys, what I wanted to tell you also is that you can always, if I can open it, but I don't know if I can open it now. That's fine. But anyway, if you want to take part of our community or be a part of our community, just go in the YouTube video in the description box, or if you're an X, you can find the links for everything that you need to know, how you can enter Discord, how you can get on the waiting list for my trading mentorship, and all these things. So yeah, I've been trying to change the system around here to make it more efficient, but it's not working for some reason. So I'm still trying to figure it out, you guys. You have to bear with me. Okay, cool. So starting with Bitcoin here. Starting with Bitcoin over here, well, what can I tell you? We're still bouncing in that range. So, you know, this is an ideal case scenario where you really like want to be in that bounce over here. You want to be participating once you define the range over here, you want to be participating on that bounce. 0.236, 0.5, 0.236, 0.5, 0.236, 0.5. This is something you can do quite a bit over here. Lots of mini trades within that range, but also again we're holding the 0.5. so what is happening is Thursday already, and we're still holding strong. So you know, from here it's either going to be we reject quite substantially, which is not going to be good considering alts are already dropping so much, or we start to hold this range and then we start travel up to 1 to 1.7 approximately. Now, I honestly have no idea which way this is going to go. To me, this looking like a little bit of strength right now. It is showing to me that it's a little bit strong. So we might hold it, we might not. But yes, the job as a trader using this method is usually to participate from the 0.236 and take profit at the 0.5 when you see that kind of arrangement over here in terms of price action. Good morning, Trevor. Yeah, you guys, like I said, let me know in the chat box. Cloud Chaser, isn't August and September usually weak for the stock market? Yes, usually yes. Very correct. It's usually weak. So now this year is a little bit different, I guess. But you never know. You never know. You just entered into July, so you're gonna have a couple months of whatever is gonna happen. I think we're trading in a Trump market right now. I'm telling you guys, like these markets are a little bit different right now. Everything reacts the way it's supposed to react, but it seems like it's driven from Trump. So it's kind of weird like that. So that's why we're also holiday season. Yeah, facts. Also holiday season. Hope the music is kind of all right, but sugar cookie said that it's fine, I guess. Yeah, so that's for Bitcoin. Honestly, you guys, I cannot tell you at this point. It seems strong. There is a way you can trade this, but yeah, ideally, if this doesn't hold, then we need to see another drop. Now, how is that going to affect the overall crypto market? You know, it's not going to be that great, right, if that happens. So let's hope it holds. Now, Ethereum, my short over here, like I said yesterday to you, first area for take profit is at this support down here, daily support, right? So price is reacting from it right now quite nicely. So I do like to see that. I do like to see that because I'm all secure down here. Price is reacting from the daily support. So that means that we might hold this area and we might see price move back up again, right? But we want to see a little bit more strength in Bitcoin as well in general, right? Because if we lose the daily support for ETH, well, that's the first level we discussed, right? We said when price is dropping, this is literally the first level that we need to look at over here, 3,524. This is what we said. So yeah, the second level is going to be all the way down here, starting at around 3,440, with support at 3,600, 3,368. So that's pretty much ETH as well. Yes, how much? Yes, Jantine is new. She's asking for my leverage. My leverage really depends on my stop loss and how I feel about the market specifically and about the trade. So it's very, it really depends, right? It really depends how I use it. Sometimes I get a lot of questions why my leverage is so high. But yeah, I mean, this is just the way I do it. It's the way it makes sense to me. So yeah, Solana, same thing, you guys. Unfortunately, we smashed through the first level that we were hoping it might hold on Sol. And these are normal things because Solana had a nice run. But now we're in the second level that we were looking at. So this was the first over here. Since we didn't respect that, we can delete it. Current price action, actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna remove this a little bit so we can have a better vision. So yeah, that's pretty much the second level that I was looking at over here. Usually these levels can be wicked. 4-hour strategy is telling me that we still have a little bit of a downside. 4-hour strategy is telling me that price on Solana wants to go down to 17757, right? And the thing is that, again, with my strategy, this target can stay there for quite a while because there is absolutely no fractal candles developed up here. So that means that price could potentially retrace all the way back up and then still be bearish. So until we get some fractal candles developed on the way down, which we don't have right now currently as it stands. It's good that we're getting some sort of reaction right here, but I wouldn't hurry as of yet, right? I wouldn't hurry that much. Hello, Crypto Love. Yes, it has took weekend low. Very important for trades to understand that weekend highs and weekend lows are the same for Monday highs and Monday lows. Mr. Vane. I should take Mr. Vane on stream with me here. He's one of our pro traders on Discord. So you guys, if you haven't joined Discord, like I said, there is a link in the description box of the YouTube video. You know how to open that. I can't really open it. Can I actually? Maybe I can. I don't know. Potentially I can show you how you can do it. You just go down, click on more, and then you can find over here how to join Discord, how to get my trading indicators, which are the ones that are giving us all the levels and all the liquidity. And you can also get on the wait list for my mentorship, which is very, very important. You guys get on that because you're going to learn all the methods that I'm using. And of course, my social media, whatever. So yeah, we can close that right now and move on with Solana. So yeah, just for a quick summary on Solana, it still shows that we have a little bit more downside, but that doesn't mean that price cannot retrace all the way back up and then still be bearish. So at the moment, this is showing that it's not completely strong as of yet. We need to create more fractal highs and fractal lows on the way over here to confirm that. So I will be paying very, very close attention to these assets, because if we start losing these levels again, then that means that we can have a little bit of more of a free fall. Okay, now let's have a look at ETH-BTC. It's important, right? We have to track ETH-BTC. We have to track all of these. We're going to look at the USDT. Hold on one second. Let's get rid of the sweep signals over here. So yes, like we said, again, we marked ETH-BTC. We said this is the level over here that we were looking at, right? Again, with the help of my indicators, you guys, we have the level over here. So we said at the beginning of the week, this is the level where ETH-BTC is going to start retracing. So get ready, load up your shorts. Hello, you guys. Hello from Malaysia. Yay. Hi, Harvey. So yeah, basically right now we're in the first buy zone over here for Ethereum. So that is good because we're getting some sort of reaction. Now we really want that level to hold. We want that level to hold because if the level doesn't hold, it's basically, you know, a free fall situation up until we get to some of the bigger imbalances and some buy zones that are left down here, right? So you see what happens with this dip. Like, we don't want to go into the free fall situation, so it's very important to observe this. USDT dominance over here. So we discussed that probably a few weeks back, right? A few weeks back, I tried to prepare you for this thing. Basically, the idea was over here, we had it at the beginning of July, price consolidating around the 0.5 area, and then price dropped. Now, like I said to you, if price is consolidating over here, it needs to exit to the downside and it needs to travel below zero. Now, as you can see here, with the help of the indicators, you can see that there is a lot of support down here. You have two supports down here on a higher time frame. So that is pretty much telling you that this level was broken, right? Important. And price is now coming back to retest it. Price is coming back now to retest it. The reaction is sort of nice right now. On a 12-hour time frame, the candle that is printing is not bad. It's sort of a rejection candle right now, right? This candle over here. So that's good. Let's have a look. We continue to monitor that as well. What else did we miss? Yeah, so pretty much what can I tell you, right? XRP, even though the data is not very correct on this chart for some reason, have to load another one. But anyway, from the highs, right? From the highs to the lows, currently tapping into the buy zone perfectly. We are in almost 20% drop from the high that we made on 17th of July. So 17th of July highs, right now we're down 20% on XRP, right? Remember when I was telling you that it seemed absolutely insane, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, but this is it. Like, that's the thing. So guys, make sure you like the video because I actually lost a lot of subscribers because people get so spooked when you try to warn them for things like that, you know. But anyways, so yeah, here we are, right? XRP perfectly tapping into a buy zone. This is all very, very good, right? All very, very nice. We have a buy breaker block as well over here. So price might hold, price might reverse right now. 4-hour time frame, actually, let's see what the sweeps are telling us. Okay, the sweeps are telling us that we might see a little bit more downside over here, saying that there is still a little bit of liquidity down here, which is going to be fine, by the way. If we have a drop to that area, that is still within the buy zone. So 2.8 is what the indicators are telling me right now for XRP, which is just a little bit above. Let's have a look where. Let's have a look at the levels over here. Well, that is going to be essentially a retest of the 0.786. So it makes absolute sense for that to happen, right? It would make so much sense to me for that to happen. Because that's the model, how the model is working, really, right? You get a tap, you have a buy zone, you have a point of interest down here. Actually, we can get rid of that. Over here, this is how we were calculating targets on XRP yesterday. But anyway, we did that yesterday. Today, the focus is what are we doing here? So yeah, like I said, buy zone down here, a lot of support even here on the daily time frame. Let's mark it together. Let's mark the daily support together. All right, and zoom in again on the 4-hour time frame. Get the sweep signals real quick over here. And what do you know? What do you know? Okay, so you have the daily support on XRP sitting at $2.8315, right? $2.8315. You have the current target with the help of my indicators sitting at 2.8. So that is pretty much telling you that this indeed might be a case of like a retrace, trap a little bit more people long over here, send it back lower, right? This is the support over here. This is the support. Send it back lower, send it up. But yeah, it's not going to be, you know, a one-way street, this move to the upside or this move to the downside. So essentially what you might be looking at is, you know, price doing something like this, right? Just tricking everyone up, down, you know what I mean? Hopefully not that deep because we have the support over here. So that's not going to be the plan, but you get what I'm saying. Ranging price action in a way. Right, in a way. So let's say manipulate here to the upside, you know, manipulate, drop it down lower, liquidate all the people that got in here on high leverage, high conviction, come down, retest the support, retest the 0.236, send it back up, send it back down, send it back up. You know, it could be a case like that. You guys, let me know in the chat box, did you manage to catch any shorts? I know that some people from my community are short like a few alts, so that's good because the drop was quite substantial. We pretty much erased the gains from like middle of July, didn't we? So you know, so yeah, that's for XRP really. And what else can we look at? Let's see a render, for example. See, render is already down here at the retesting the 0.236. So that's very good. Render is retesting the 0.236 already. This is this yellow line over here of the big price range. Now, if we zoom in, we can see the buy zone is still a little bit lower, right? The buy zone is a little bit lower. We have body closes down here below support. Let's look on the daily. We have traded through the daily support over here, so not enough for support down here. right? Not enough, unless price completely reverses right now today, right? Reverses and makes this a bullish candle, right? If that happens, this is like depending on how today plays out. But again, we are at a major support. We do have the buy zone a little bit lower, maybe like 3% lower. So Argentine wormhole, what was the ticker for that? Like that. Woo, probably that. I don't know, just give me the ticker, please. But if it's like one of those ones that you trade like on dexes and stuff like that, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, so everything is looking fine. Ticker is W, he says. Okay, W, let's have a look. Yeah. All right, minus 3% on the day. I don't know why you guys are showing me charts that I just do not like to see. I don't know what that is, man. Honestly, like, look at it. Ugh, it's terrible. Yeah, I mean, creating new lows. Yeah, you maybe have some liquidity here at 0.4, but I have no idea. Absolutely no signs of strength, to be honest. Like this, okay, it's holding currently the low that's created, but you know, that new low was created here on 23rd of June 2025, so it's not really holding anything. Not interested in it at all, to be honest. Like that's probably something that Casablanca might look at and be like, oh, okay, maybe, you know, that's a good buy. But no, for me, it's absolute no. Like you have a bearish order flow over here. Yes, you're reversing, but essentially you're respecting supply over here right now, and you're just dropping again. So I don't know. Not my favorite chart, Jantine. Yeah, Jupe. Let's have a look at Jupe, if we can. Yeah, so like, yeah, well, on a weekly time frame, you know, we came to a level of liquidity on a weekly time frame. I think we spoke about Jupiter, you guys. We spoke about Jupiter like, was it this week? Was it last week? I don't remember. But anyway, what I was trying to tell you is that yeah, we have this liquidity on a weekly, and once we take a weekly liquidity, price usually retraces. But that is when we were really like following all the outs, and I just try to tell you that all the outs right now are at levels, you know, like literally all the outs at levels. Yeah, I think so, Argentine. I don't know. I mean, like the charts that are super bearish, like what's the point? You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know. What do you think of Ondo? Oh yeah, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. Ondo, yeah, I mean, it's all good. It is breaking levels, respecting supports from, again, levels that we've been giving from April. Now this level down here on Ondo, right? Remember when price got like super crazy last year on October, November, right? So imagine back then I was streaming for Lady of Crypto or whatever. So then I'm like, you know, price is printing up and I'm like, the buy zone is down here. And everyone was like, are you crazy? And I'm like, the buy zone is down there. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, um, so funny. Yeah, you guys, just like the video if you haven't. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. You're more than welcome, and make sure to join Discord, right? Join Discord, sign up for the mentorship waitlist, and all these things, right? You can find all the links in the description box, which we checked not long ago. So yeah, basically, yeah, that was really funny, right? Oh my god. So basically, yeah, I just said, all right, yeah, I know that we're trading beyond like 1.8 right now, and if you've missed, I said if you've missed, go back and wait for price to come to 0.644. And everyone was like, what are you saying? This is nuts. Why is this woman so crazy? She doesn't know what she's talking about. This is going to $5 whatsoever. And then we slowly started dripping down. And then I started my same song, buy zone, support level. ETH-BTC is getting it at a very important support level. That was April time, right? So this is basically, this was it, right? This was it. And if it wasn't enough for you, you have a second chance down here, clear tap into the support, and now we're breaking 0.236 over here. Clear break, right? Still, you haven't really cleared that high over here. So now price is still like, okay, am I ready? Am I not ready? Do you know what I mean? Because breaking of this high over here is going to be of that weekly high with like a body close. This is going to be go time right now, because not breaking this high, this is just like complete manipulation in my opinion, considering that with the move up, even on a weekly time frame, again, I can open the indicators, even on a weekly time frame, we have left imbalances with that move over here. This is what you want to see, right? This is what you want. You want to price to come to a level of an extreme level of POI, point of interest for you. And then you want on the way up that price to start leaving imbalances like this, because that is pretty much telling you that there is some institutional buying going on over there. There is some serious interest. So brain freeze. But yeah, I think it's going to be fine. There is a lot more to expect from Ondo, right? If it's doing quite well, 1.7, right? 1.8. Am I drawing right now? What's happening? Yeah, 1.8 would be good per se, you know. Let's have a look. 75%, maybe up to 100%. You never know, right? It doesn't have to be specifically to that extent. Might just go here, might even like break new all-time highs. The structure is not showing me that, but it might. I am very lucky to be in your VIP Discord. Aw. So yeah, bullish structure. Say, let's have a look at Say. Someone asked for Say real quick. Yeah. I mean, add support right now. I think that's daily support. If I'm not, yeah, that's daily support. So Say is trying to hold daily support. So we are pretty much like, honestly, you guys, like most of the outs right now are at levels to hold. Do you know what I mean? So it's not all doom and gloom. We are at levels that should hold right now. And this might be it, honestly. This just might be it. Or we might be in a situation where we're just going to start ranging, right? We're just going to go up, continue back down, get to a more extreme point of support. Yes, Flare. Of course, let's look at Flare. Flare was a good one. I actually saw it the other day. I'm pretty sure I have it in my... Why is it not showing up as if I don't have it. Anyway, what ifs? We're gonna look at it here. Flare, lovely jubbly. Oh, wow, look at that. What a picture. What a picture. Higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high. That's on the weekly. I don't like this chart. What are we looking at? Bybit chart? Not particularly a fan of this. But yeah, so again, 12 hourly, I see 12 hourly support over here. You know, sometimes on the daily you can't see it, but on the 12 hourly you do, and it's still a very, very valuable high time frame over here. So look at Flare right now at a support that was created at the beginning of the year. So that's from January that we're looking at, developed here January, right? So fine, we broke through that level. Now the drop is pretty much retesting the level, so it could be like it's rejecting it, right? It's rejecting it, but that is on a 12-hour time frame. So you know, you have to be mindful of the fact that price could like come up and come down, retest it again, like for a little bit, right, before it picks a direction. Oops, I deleted something. Which indicator? Oh yeah, whatever. So yeah, basically again, daily time frame. If we look at here, this is your buy zone as well. So you have a clear tap into the buy zone as well over here, right? You have a buy zone, you have a bullish daily fair value gap. Price is coming up, doing whatever it needs to do to the upside, and then it just drops down, comes into the buy zone, respects the daily supports, into the daily fair value gap. So yeah, it's too many confluences. Like it's giving good vibes, you know, it's giving good. Hello, flying hamster. So yeah, it's giving all right for now vibes. Yeah, but if we start losing this level, then we're gonna maybe trade a little bit deeper into the buy zone and potentially now into this fair value gap over here, this one down here daily, right? And we could even see further down, you know. So it's very, very important that we hold the level right now, because just like with ETH-BTC, with most alts, it is showcasing that if we don't hold the level right now, there might be a little bit more downside that we don't want to see. Does that make sense? But yes, you guys, I cannot believe we did another week together. Successful week in terms of like trading and in terms of like us, you know, finding out the correct bias at the beginning of the week. Because this is what we wanted to do, right? We wanted to find the correct bias, and that was what was the most important to me. You know, because if you are like caught up in a long right now that you took on a Monday, you're out pretty much. Yes, you're welcome. But yeah, it's actually no joke, you guys. I actually did have people that unsubscribed from my channel just because I said that the markets are gonna pull back. You know, and obviously there is a lot of people that are looking at me and like, oh my god, she's a girl, plus she's blonde, she must be stupid. You know, yeah, it's kind of funny how people perceive other people, right? It's hilarious. But anyway, you guys, it was my absolute pleasure to have you with me this whole week. So I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Discord. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video if you haven't. In fact, let me try this. No, control, no, shift M control, no. Okay, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Well, have a great day, and I'll see you all on Discord. And yeah, make sure to join. Make sure to join, you guys. I will see you in a bit.